Hey, did you know Grape is hiring? If you're a writer, you have designer or Adobe skills, or create any sort of content, we want you. There's an invite link down below. Come to our Discord and earn some Grape.
Hey you guys, it's me again, the MetaVerse Explorer. Don't mind my hair at all. My girlfriend tried to spice things up a little bit. She tried to change it, but I don't mind it. I'll try and keep a serious face on so that we can get through some good content today. Welcome to Grape Solana Alpha. It's me, the MetaVerse Explorer. Today's topics are, we're going to have a look at the small market overview, what's happening. We've had a bit of a downturn in the market, but hey, now's the time for you to realize if you want to stay in this industry, or the token that you're holding isn't really for the next 5 years play, that kind of stuff. You know, people tend to go to the stables, which are BTC, ETH, Solana, maybe USDC. But this episode, what are we going to look at? We're going to look at the market overview. We're going to look at the BunnyDucky tutorial. We're going to look at the Cyclos mainnet tutorial. Then we're going to look at the UXD tutorial, which is an algorithmic stablecoin. After that, we have a MetaVerse play, Yaku Corp. We have two strategies for you in this video. 85% on your USDC strategy by someone on Twitter. I'll show you how it works. And then we look at Bloodbath, who also gave us a low risk strategy for 2022, lending and borrowing from one place to another. What happened to all the forks in Solana at the moment? We'll have a look at in and their Flare products, and also Socin releasing their liquid protocol owned liquidity pretty soon. COW is now the governance token of Cash. Congratulations to them. It was won by a majority landslide in the Tribeca DAO voting. Solrise Finance, we'll keep an eye on that, see who's making any new strides, what are their funds doing, what are their losses at the moment. We're going to have a look at Accrue Finance. They recently released their radar, which lets you see all the different places in Solana to lend and borrow, and who has the highest rates. And ideally, you'd give them your money, and they're able to change it to whoever has the highest lending and rates. After that, we'll look at the AMA with Superbonds. They're providing bonds in Solana at the moment, unique product. And then we'll have a look at the Shill Zine as well. We're going to do a little intro with Vincent and Shill Zine, who's now a part of the community creators at Solana. And great protocol. That's about it for now, guys. Thank you very much. Let's watch the intro and let's come back and look at 3 tutorials for you. Ciao.
Hey there. If you're new here, I'm the MetaVerse Explorer, and I provide you with the most up-to-date Solana-specific content and alpha to increase the size of your portfolio. All totally free. All you gotta do is click that little bell and that little icon. I get my sources from 3 different places. The Grape Solana Discord channel, join us, have a chat to me. The Solana Grapevine, a daily newsletter providing the best source of information regarding new protocols, rewards. It's a group of passionate people that carefully curate new announcements, new projects, to discover and actionable intel for you to experience yourself. You can get the link to this down below. And of course, the Solana Foundation and the ecosystem. Let's get to this episode.
And thanks for coming back. So this time we're going to have a look at BunnyDucky. Who are they? They are on Twitter at the moment with nearly 700 followers, so they're very, very early, and they're looking at doing magic of compounding, tokenized compounding. So I think something like Yearn Finance, that sort of play. Let's have a look at their incentive program that they just released. 10,000 BUD initial incentive boost. 5K will be allocated to the early community that stake in BunnyDucky, and 5K will be allocated to YPRT holders. Now, and I think they actually have a little step-by-step guide for you to actually claim this. You have to use Parrot and use the Saber LP pools. This is what it looks like. They've got $9 million TVL at the moment, and I've got a farm myself. This is the Saber Liquidity Provision USDT, USDC stable pools. And on the right-hand side here, you can connect your wallet. And on the top right, you can see the APY for staking Bunny, and also what you can claim yourself. I can't claim anything at the moment, but you can see there is a boost of 6.39% for the Bud boost by itself. And because I use YPRT, I have a 10.77% boost as well, which is pretty good, which gives me 4 per day and 2 per day. So what can you actually do? How does this work? You basically have your USDC coins. You take that coin, you take your USDC, and you deposit them into BunnyDucky. Bunny goes ahead and deploys this to earn YUSDT USDC. So you receive YUSDC, which are interest-bearing BunnyDucky tokens. When you do this, another strategy you can do as well is you can take your Y interest-bearing tokens, go over to Parrot Finance, deposit them into Parrot, and then mint Pi stablecoin. Once you mint Pi stablecoin, you can take that, collateralize it anywhere, usually like Port Finance, and borrow USDC from it. When you borrow USDC from it, you can come back and do the same thing here, deposit USDC and mint more stablecoin, Y interest-bearing stablecoin pools. And then you can keep doing that, looping this until you get to about 30% APY, which is not bad on USDC by itself. But keep in mind, this does give you lots of risk. You're leveraging on top. So if the peg changes by like 2% or something, there's a chance that you might get fully liquidated and then you won't be able to unwind. So there's lots of issues with this, but so far it's giving you a good APY. And then you can take this over to Penguin Finance as well, where you can bond it and get an APY that way as well. And we're seeing a lot of these new protocols doing their own liquidity bonding, where they're able to control their own treasury with this. So very, very interesting here. I'm going to keep an eye on BunnyDucky. I joined their Discord. You join them, see how it goes. Next thing, we're going to have a look at Cyclos. Now, Cyclos did say they have they've gone to mainnet. I want to show you their backers first, which they have some really good backers, CMS, Huobi, Solana Capital, Coin98. But look at the public sale on their token. It's very, very small. And we're seeing so many of these really small public sale tokens going out, and I really dislike them. Look at this, 1% for a public sale. So me, you, all the people watching this video, we only got 1% to the public sale. Strategic investors got 4.2%, and seed sale got 6.2%. So why should I buy something when the public only got 10% as compared to the rest of the public sale and the seed sale? These guys have 10 times more tokens than us. Why would they not dump on us as soon as we're able to buy it? But that's okay. That's another issue in itself. This is why people like Bitcoin, because only like the highest percentage of a holder is like 1% who has the highest amount. So Cyclos, they are the first concentrated liquidity market maker on Solana. They've got 120,000 followers, which I really don't think is real. Where did all these followers come from? A lot of other popular protocols on Solana don't even have 100k. So Cyclos has only just gone to mainnet. So I find it very hard to believe that they've got 100 followers. Now, this is the pool. What can you actually do? You can, swap your USDC to USDT and in a concentrated liquidity pool. We can do so right now. You can swap it. 20 USDC will get us, let's see, how much USDT? 19.9964, which is less than like a 1% fee. We can create our own pool. Sorry about that. I shouldn't hit my mic. Create our own pool. Base token can be USDT. Next one is USDC. And your fee tier. Your fee tier, it goes the smallest is 0.05, only for stable pairs. Pairs that are backed with each other, or like that have high correlation. So MSOL to SOL, or USDC to USDT, or Pi to UXD, stablecoins. 0.3 is for most pairs, where they're Solana to USDC, or Ethereum to Bitcoin, that sort of stuff. And then you have 1% fees for the really exotic pairs, like the really small cap, micro cap coins to bigger cap coins. So let's say we're going to the 0.5 fee. You can set the minimum price that you want your USDT to be traded at and the maximum price. So you're giving the protocol a range for people to be coming in and out of your token, to be buying and selling your token. So what you can do, you can put $20 in USDT and it says $6.96 in USDC, which is really weird because it should be 20 to like 19.9. But I'm going to go ahead and add this, and then I'm going to see how it works. So UXD is a kind of decentralized stablecoin pegged to long and short positions on perpetual. So it's a delta neutral kind of way to look at stablecoins, and they've got 16,000 followers at the moment. Let's have a look at what they're actually doing. So what gets me really excited for them is they're backed by Alameda Research, Multicoin Capital, Defiance Capital, Mercurial, of course, CMS Holdings, Solana Foundation. So these guys have got some really serious backers. Let's have a look at it. So this is where your yield comes in for this stable coin. Okay, you take a long at the same time as you take a short, and then you collect the funding rate between the two, which is now your UXD stablecoin. Let's have a look at it. There is a supply cap at the moment, so it's 1 million out of 1 million supply cap. So people have come in and minted everything that they could. you should keep a close eye on this because I think this is going to be really good for Solana. This is going to be Solana's own stablecoin. What you can do is you can take your Sol and you can directly mint it for however much UXD it gives you. So you can put in 1 Solana and you mint 93.79 UXD. There is a small slippage and there is a small swap fee. But that being said, you can also go to Saber and you can go and directly buy UXD. You just type in the Saber protocol and then you type in UXD and that should be right there. And now you can basically swap your USDC, type in, it's not working when I type in, 20. And I don't know why it's not working. You should be able to connect. No route found. Okay, let's go over to Jupiter and see if we can actually get some UXD that way and see where it's swapping to. Let's wait for it to load. Solana's been a little bit slow nowadays, guys. Not a problem. UXD stablecoin. Now let's see where we're going to go from USD. And I want to do $20 and let's see where the pool is. Let's see where the pool has found to be. 20. It is on Saber, so you can get 19.8 for 20, which means the pool is super skewed. There's not enough UXD to go around. So I would suggest not to use this at all, not to use the Saber pools. Try and mint your own UXD, which means that it's very much in demand. That's great. That's great. Now they do have plans to slowly roll this out to make it increase the cap up to about 200 million or something like that, and then it goes free flow where they're able to just let it go. So that's it for UXD. Let's have a look at Yaku Corp. Alright, so Yaku Corp, these guys actually caught my attention. They are kind of a metaverse play on Solana. We've got 8,000 followers at the moment. I don't really know much about them, but I just found them and they look nice. So they're going for a cyberpunk feel. Let's go ahead and look at their Twitter for a bit. They've got some little gameplay that looks to be like inside an actual physical place that you can walk around in, which is what we want. People have got places that they can display their NFTs and meet their friends in. Let's go ahead and actually see one thing that I saw down here, which is some of their bicycles. Now that looks nice. I would not mind riding that in the MetaVerse. That looks really nice, and you can see one of their NFTs that they're going to be releasing soon. Let's have a look at their website. This is what it is, Cyberpunk Metaverse across the whole Solana ecosystem. They need to update their text though. Look at this. And this is the thing that we're talking about. Your Capsule X, you'll be able to walk in and out of your actual Metaverse, and hopefully you can see the NFTs that you display. They've got motors, as in motorbikes, which seems to be their specialty because the motorbikes look a lot nicer than this avatar. And then they've got avatars, their Discord, and this is their roadmap. They have a mint coming across first in Q1 of 2022. I'm going to keep a close eye on these guys. I'm not telling you to buy them. I'm just saying, you know, they look kind of okay. There might be better ones, but in this kind of current market cycle, I think where a lot of people are kind of risk off now, they don't want to be investing in NFTs that you can't do anything with. NFTs that are productive for you, like the Shadowy Supercoders NFT. Now that's something that might be good. Now let's talk about the 85% APY on your stablecoins. This is not my strategy. This is by Solana Gems. And this guy's got about 1.5k followers, and he follows a few of the Solana projects. He likes to share Solana projects that you've never heard of. So how does it actually work? For this strategy, you'll be using Saber, you'll be using BunnyDucky, and you'll be going to Party Parrot. Please share this thread and follow along if you can. So what do you actually do? We know BunnyDucky is working very closely with the Party Parrot team. At the moment, at BunnyDucky, you can deposit Saber USDC, USDT LP pools, and you can earn yield from it and borrow against it. So you can earn from it and borrow from it at the same time, which is different. How is it possible? When you deposit your USDT and USDT, Bunny gives you Y tokens, interest-bearing tokens for this deposit. Go ahead and borrow against it on Parrot Finance with 120% collateral ratio. You need 1.2k tokens to borrow 1000 Pi. When you understand how everything works, I'm sure most of you get what's actually going on here. I'm just going to read it through so you guys get it as well. Deposit USDC in the Saber pool. Deposit USDC, USDT LPs in the BunnyDucky farm. And then deposit their interest-bearing farm tokens and mint Pi on Go Party Parrot. Once you mint Pi, that's another stablecoin. What you do with that is up to you. You can leverage this whole procedure again if you can, if you want to. Let's say you deposit $1,000 in the first step. Now you've got $1,000 earning 17% APY and 805 Pi. Swap Pi to USDC for around 1-to-1 and repeat the first step. And he's got a table here that shows you how many actual rounds to go and what you're actually earning at each round. And at the end of like the 20th round, you actually have $5,000 from $1,000, which is pretty incredible, you know, and you're earning interest on $5,000. Now, some of the risk for this is that you should be using Jupiter Aggregator to try and get the best rate for you. The other risk is that if when you're transferring your Pi to USDC, the stablecoin pool might be out of alignment. So you might not get 1-to-1. You might get like, I don't know, a 10% haircut in case other people are doing this strategy. So that's this one strategy. Go ahead and find it. See if it actually still works for you. This is a highly degen play, so I don't recommend it at all. Let's have a look at Bloodbath's first strategy for 2022. All right, shout out to Bloodbath for this 2020 first kind of low risk strategy. So let's have a look at what you do. You can borrow ST Sol, which is a Lido Finance derivative of Solana, and you can borrow that from Solend. And the current rates are about 2.5%. Once you borrow this from Solana, once you borrow this from Solend, you can go ahead and go to Francium, which is a kind of leveraged lending protocol on Solana, and you can lend this out for nearly 8%. So you're borrowing the same asset at 2.5 and lending it somewhere else for 8%. And you can keep doing this all the way until you leverage yourself up and up and up. Alternatively, you can collateralize the ST Sol that you just got from Solend back into Solend and for a 5.5% APY, and then that's split across ST Sol, Solend, and Lido rewards. Up to you, whichever one you go. So let's actually walk you through. What do you have to do? Go to Solana Finance. Currently, you can deposit whatever asset you want, and then you can borrow ST Sol. Borrow ST Sol from Solana Finance for 2.4%. You take this ST Sol that you have and you go over to Francium. Francium at the moment, I'll zoom in for you here and look for ST Sol. You can lend your ST Sol for 15.54%. That's a great return for a Solana derivative. You're borrowing at 2%, you're lending at 15%. Now you tell me which one of those is better. Now think about it this way though, you have to use a base asset that isn't earning you anything else anywhere. So if you're using USDC, then you have to factor in the loss of capital or loss of opportunity of that USDC, which currently is 3.25%. So if let's say a Radium staking or Radium lending is like 100% at the moment because of the IDO, what about FTT? FTT, you can't really lend it anywhere. You can participate in the IDOs, but no one's really using it for anything else. So if you've got FTT sitting around, you can come over here, collateralize it, borrow some ST Sol, then go and lend that ST Sol. A very simple, low risk strategy. But keep in mind, you can get liquidated if you don't provide enough collateral. And with Solana being as slow as it is, you got to be careful. Now let's get you up to date with what's happening in the ohm fork space of Solana. Babylon DAO has really gone downhill. People are only looking to Sol Invictus, and even at this point, people don't really care for Sol Invictus because the market has just gone down. We've seen the in price shoot all the way down to 73.18 cents, which is a low of the low of the low, but people are still bonding and people are still able to get 30% APY. Now you can see my portfolio in the top left hand side corner, very, very tiny compared to some of the other people, only $27. It used to be a lot higher, granted, but not anymore. Now, the backed price for actual Sol Invictus is $94, but it's currently trading at about $73. So what does that tell you? There's enough treasury to buy back all the Invictus on the market for $94, but it's actually selling at $73. So when does this kick in? Are they going to capitalize are they going to use this treasury to go back and buy? Because they have $53 million at the moment. Let's have a look at their Flare products. There's $121 million of bonded material in the Invictus Flare product series. And they're all negative ROIs. So let's say for this Solend and Pole, if you bond it, you're actually going to be losing 13% of your money because the market price of Pole is below the bonding price of Pole. the market price of Solend is below the market price of the bonding price of Solend is below the market price of actually going out and buying it yourself. So why bond? Why wait 7 days when you can just go to the market and buy it cheaper? It makes no sense. So don't do this if it's always a minus. The only positive at the moment is port finance, and yeah, it's still 2%, but is that really worth it? Is the price going to just shoot down again, and then you have to wait 7 days, and it's not worth it? So not much is happening in the Ohm fork space in Solana. All of these were very experimental, and now some people are paying the price when they bought a large amount because it is very experimental. People are just still finding out about it. It might not be a viable option long term. It won't survive the bear. We'll find out. I think I'm going to skip the cash cow part because Tribeca has been making some strides. I'm going to make a video just on them by itself, but I'm not going to give too much time to cash and cow to a meme coin. That's it. Now it is the bear market, so this is the time where you have to utilize your capital to its most efficiency. What does that actually mean? If you're not a trader yourself, if you don't know where to be going, you can go to platforms that have professional traders this is their job to try and time the market and for them to use their capital efficiency. So we can look at Solrise Finance, this is one of them, and the next one is Sol Street Finance. But these guys, actually know what they're doing when it comes to trading. So basically, you're able to deposit your own USDC, and then they take the reins on this. So this is Rohan Capital. They are Solana specific, not Solana specific, they do dabble in Solana as well. But you can see their portfolio here, and then in the last 2 days, they've made a few trades. They've traded, and you can see what trades they're making as it's going along. So this is another kind of avenue for you to actually use your funds if you're not sure where to put it. Let's have a look at some of the top funds. So Rohan Capital has $250,000. His all-time return is minus 35%, which is super low compared to other people. And his performance fee is 20%, which is also super high. But hey, with high fees, that means he must be able to accrue the rewards if people know about him. Shrimp Fund has really low fees, which is probably the second best. Low fees, but he's got all-time return, which is super high, 310%, and his AUM is $170,000 at the moment. And the good thing is, when you go in, you can see where they're actually positioned. Right now, he's positioned all in USDC. He was able to do it before everyone else, before the market started shitting its bed, so it's pretty good. Next up, let's look at Accrue Finance. So these guys came to me to say, hey, we have a new product that's coming out very soon. Let's have a look. So basically, they are kind of like a lending aggregator. Accrue earns you the best APY when you lend your coins. This is their first product, which is called Radar. It gives you a pulse on the Solana lending ecosystem. It shows you the APYs that are most secure and the highest earning protocols. So we can see here that it gives you, you can go a maximum. Let's go maximum. And it tells you kind of what the lending rates for USDC is across the entire ecosystem. And we can see Tulip, Frankium, Solend, and Apricot. And you can see them slowly starting to come down now when the market is starting to go risk off. For USDT, we have the same thing, and you can look at which ones has the highest protocol, has the highest lending rewards. So basically, the idea behind it is that you just deposit your money here, and they're able to already know who has the highest rates, and then they'll go and supply it at those highest rates places. And then it comes back, and then whenever the rates change, it's able to shift it to wherever it's supposed to go next. I'm really interested in Radium. I want to see which places has the best. So let's see this. Apricot has the 44% and Tulip has 115%. So that's about a 50% increase. That's a lot. That's really good. So this could be very valuable for a lot of people. Basically use Apricot and come back and lend it at Tulip for people who are leverage farming. Pretty cool. Let's look at Superbonds. All right, so an introduction to Superbonds. I basically did an AMA with them not long ago on the Grape Discord, and what their product is kind of unique and what they're trying to give to Solana. Basically what it is bond markets. In America, bond markets are one of the safer kind of investment vehicles. It gives you about a 1, 2, 3% based on a time horizon. Well, in Superbonds, how it actually works is that you're able to deposit your USDC and then you get a bond yield. And at the moment, the 30-day pool is a 10% yield. This is annualized. And the 90-day pool is a 50% yield. Now, what does the protocol actually do with your USDC? They take it through Wormhole, and they take it through all the other crypto places in the crypto ecosystem, and they're able to deposit it into all the other stable pools around. They collect all the trading fees, and it comes back to the Superbonds, and then you're able to achieve this 10% to 15% bond. At the end of it, there's actually a cherry on top. So because if you deposit $100 and the protocol knows that in 30 days you're going to get $110, you can go somewhere else to another protocol that will accept this $110 because it's kind of guaranteed yield in 30 days. You can now collateralize $110 instead of $100. They have a DevNet on at the moment, and I've used their product myself, and you can see here that they're inactive at the moment. So they were active previously, but you can go ahead and see some of the recent trades that people have been making. And here they are. So people have been depositing $996, $2,000, $20,000, and this is just to test out the protocol itself. So this is into one of the 30-day bond yields, and it's going to be coming back with $156. So this is for people who have just cash sitting there and don't know what to do with it. You don't want to go and deposit it somewhere. You don't want to do any speculative bets. This is bonding, so this is a very kind of lower risk. Of course, there's still smart contract risk, wormhole risk, but at the end of the day, it's still on the lower side of the risk curve. All right, cool. Let's have a look at our next Shill Zine. So the Shill Zine is a magazine. It's a digital magazine that's happening in Solana at the moment. And this is created by Vincent68. He's over in the Grape Solana Alpha Grapes protocol, but he also goes by other names on Twitter. So basically what it is, it's a magazine that showcases NFTs, showcases new developments in Solana, and showcases anything important or anything artistic in Solana. There might be special editions that might be printed out and used in different conferences or different events. So let's have a quick look through. It gives you a small introduction into what this episode is, what this issue is, and the issues actually come out every, I think, 3 or so days, maybe about twice a week or something like that. So basically, you go through it. He has a small message for you, and then it goes on to say what's happening in Solana, and they give you some NFTs or new developments. Step Finance coming in with introductory things that you need to know. New NFTs by people, some photography. It looks pretty good, I think, and just some statistics of Solana, and it's getting around 700 to 2,000 views per magazine. And it's pretty nice. It shows you all the new NFTs that are coming around, and you can actually click on it and see who developed this NFT or who's selling this NFT. And it's quite nice to watch as well, as you can see. This is the new Lunaroid NFTs coming to the Magic Eden Launchpad. Yeah, pretty cool. I love the artwork. It's just a general collection of you to look at some of the new items happening in Solana. Now, the big news of this episode is actually Genesis Go and their new Launchpad. So if you don't know, Genesis Go are an infrastructure provider. They currently provide the RPC services to Solana, but what now they're aiming to be is a storage solution provider for Solana. And now there's another utility for their token, which is the Genesis Go kind of launchpad or IDO platform. And now they go into detail and say it's not specifically a launchpad, but because they can provide you with the ability to launch your token in a decentralized manner where they don't take a cut of it and you don't have to submit lots of details. You just have to be able to provide $15,000 worth of shadow tokens to the validators, and that's what their rewards for it. So this is just released 1 day ago. They tell us all about the IDO platform, and let's have a look at some of it. Basically, what they said was the Shadow Genesis Go Shadow NFT, kind of the NFT plus the IDO. It took them about 80% of the way to be able to launch their own platform for people to come and work with them and come and deliver their token to their audiences within their network. They say decentralization is powered by the largest decentralized RPC network on Solana, which is true. It's automated platform, smart contracts only, and it's 100% fully on-chain via an audited smart contract built in Anchor. Now, we need to find out if this has actually been audited, but I fully believe that they will get audited if they are not, because people will not be using this. It's touchless. You don't want to be in business. They don't want to be in the business of vetting projects. You should be able to come if you can provide your own 15K of shadow tokens. And they say here, if the IDO platform fees are fed directly to the shadow operators contributing compute to the decentralized RPC network that powers over half of Solana's total traffic. Where was this thing? They're saying, is this a launchpad? No, it's not a launchpad. It's not like a Selenium launchpad. It's not the accelerator from Radium. This is an IDO launchpad. It's not a platform. And I'm going to leave this link for you down here below, but this generally makes me super bullish on the Shadow token. And right now the Shadow token is actually trading a lot less than the seed price. The seed price is what the public sale price was, which is I think 0.5 cents when it first started. So I'm going to be accumulating a lot of Shadow tokens here because I generally believe that these infrastructure providers are doing the best they can and actually supporting Solana. Yeah, I'm super bullish on this. I'm just waiting for more information to be out so people can start distributing their own IDOs in Solana using like just basically a drop-down menu. Where's the treasury? What's the price per token? How much are you giving to people? All that sort of stuff. That's it for now, guys. I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a long episode, so thank you for your time. I will see you very soon. Ciao.